All right, we are live. It is Sunday, April the 12th. Welcome to the Sunday Sesh podcast. Big game today. Tigers and the Knghts. Why is it a big game? One of two people who listen to the Sunday Sesh. Huge Knights supporters, the boys. Hopefully they're in the chat soon. Great afternoon for it. It's bright, it's sunny. Hope everyone's had a great week. I certainly have. And let's rip in. We're going to go through what's going on at the Masters. We're going to do a wrap on the games that have already been while we finish off this one. I did not pick the Titans. Damn it. That was one of those coin flip games. Talk about golf. We're going to do the Book of Feuds. Has someone made it out of the Book of Feuds? Potentially. There's been huge development in the Book of Feuds. I might have to let someone out of it. Masters is on. I played golf today, not very well. We'll talk about that. I found my bogey man. And we're going to watch some footy. We'll talk about, I reckon there's a bunch of teams running around with players that aren't in the side that make them a better team. So we're going to talk about that. We'll find something to argue about, no doubt. And we'll have a good time doing it. As always, the chat is live. Jump in, say g'day. Have your opinion, talk shit. It's no holds barred in here. And we will rip into it. I'm going to crack a non-alcoholic beer to get going. Tigers are in the sheds. They're doing their pre-game hug. Big game this. I've gone the Tigers to the extreme disappointment of the two Steves. I wasn't sure though, and I've just gone the home team to be completely honest. Knights have been playing brilliantly. Tigers have been playing brilliantly, so we shall see. We got Vossi and we got the flog Greg Alexander commentating. God, I hope Blocker's not with him, but I don't think so. Once again, guys, the chat is live, so jump in. Say g'day. We always have a bit of fun here. At least I do. I'm not sure about anyone who's listening to it. Knights are firing up. I don't know. Is there a chance? I mean, this one should be high scoring like every other game has been, but is there a chance it bucks the trend and isn't high scoring at all? Is there a possibility? I don't know about everyone else, but I'm getting pretty sick of seeing 50-point scorelines. It's not footy, is it? It's been another horrible week of refereeing. The footy's got to do something about that. The NRL, Peter V'landys, they've gotten too cute, I think. Too cute. It's completely changed the fabric of the game. Some of the rules are fucking disrupt the rule and the kicks and this bullshit about having to go up with two hands instead of one. I don't understand. And it's ruining games now. You saw yesterday, especially in the Sharks-Roosters game, and they've come out today and said they were wrong. It's no good fucking admitting it after the fact, though. It's stupid rules that shouldn't be there. And if they're too hard to police, if they're too hard for the refs to get right, why have we got them? Why have we got them in the first place? Doesn't make any sense. Steve Leary's in the chat. Welcome, buddy. How you doing? Newcastle. What is that jersey? Boo. Well, Leary's off to a good start. It's the mighty Cowboys, mate. The mighty Cowboys who have won nothing ever. What is that jersey? Boo. What's the score? Pick the score, Steve Leary. Not the margin, the score. And how are you going in your tips? They're the two things I want to know. I know you got the Roosters over me, but you didn't have the Roosters over me. At half time, mate, there's no way you thought the Roosters were winning that game. None. No chance, not a. Knights 28-12. Really, the Tigers only going to score 12 points the way they're going? Look at KPP. He's fired up. Scoreboard's up and live. That's how we know that we're going to have a good. We're going to have a good show. We're going to have a good podcast. The fucking scoreboard's working. Scoreboard's working early, Leary. That's a good sign. If the Knights win 5 for the week, yeah, I think I'm the same if the Tigers win. I was on the cusp of having another very good round. I'm happy for the Wars. The Wars beat the Grubs. We've got to be happy about that. We've kicked off. Tigers have got the ball. KPP's a big unit, isn't he? He's a big unit. Oh, easy meters. Easy meters. So, we might do golf first, I reckon. We usually do. The Masters is on. And listen, controversial take. We all know I love golf. But I prefer sleep. I prefer sleep. Like this morning, I woke up early. It was like 4:30, 5 o'clock. And I thought, I might get up and watch some of the Masters. And then I went, no, you know what? I prefer sleep. And like, I played golf with a guy today who actually sent me a text message at 2:45 a.m. because he was still up watching the Masters. Sleep, man. Although, he fucking beat me, so not a lot can be said for the virtues of sleep. If Rory McIlroy wins, Steve Leary said in the chat, if Rory McIlroy wins again, who puts his jacket on? How did they do that with Tiger back in the day? That's a bloody good question. But in great news for this podcast, because we are not Rory friendly, and a great day for Camerons worldwide, Cam Young is tied for the lead in the Masters with Rory. Rory has the opportunity. Wouldn't it be good for the show? Wouldn't it be good for us? Rory has the opportunity to blow the biggest lead in a Masters ever after 54 holes, after 36 holes. I've got that all wrong. He was ahead by a long way, and it's further than anyone's been ahead in a long time, and he's going to blow it. That's the point I'm trying to make, and that's great for us. That's great for us here at the Sunday Sesh because we are not Rory friendly. He's in the book of Feuds. Oh, shit. Oh, beautiful. Penalty. Marju was away. Yeah, Steve Gibbs did tip Cam Young. I hope he had $1 on him. I haven't asked Gibbsy, but I hope he had $1 on him. Grubs and Knights. Been doing that all day. Leary, they've been doing that all day. Send him off. Yeah, I got what you meant, mate. But he had 7 under today. Rory had 1 over. Rory crumbled. Rory melted. Rory melted like the Sharks did last night. To have 1 over. But you know who else melted? Fucking the Aussies. With the exception of, 2 out of 4. 50% of the Aussies melted. Minwoo Lee, disgraceful. Cam Smith, disgraceful is strong words. They are playing in the Masters. But anyway, Minwoo not going good, or gone, didn't make the cut. Cam Smith, gone, didn't make the cut. It's very ironic that a guy playing in a tournament called Live, his career is dead. The irony. Oh, come on, Tigers. Yeah, the Tigers. Yeah, Jason Day's going good. Oh, J-Day. I was going to talk about him in a sec. Tigers in first. Fucking Dewey, mate. Dewey. I keep thinking he's not a halfback. He keeps playing like a halfback. I wish he'd stop it. I've been wrong about many, many things, but I wish he'd stop playing like a halfback because that's one I'd like to be right about. Tigers don't normally play well at... It is at Campbelltown too, isn't it? Tigers don't normally play well at Campbelltown. They don't win there a lot. So that will be a turn-up. Tigers up 4-0 early. Unlucky Steve Leary. Unlucky. So Cam Smith wins the British Open. I think he got to number one, goes to live, takes $100 million plus. He's forgotten how to play golf though, which $100 million will do that to a guy. I reckon I could forget to play golf for $100 million. And he keeps talking in the media about he's going to win more majors or he wants to win more majors. He's so far off winning another big golf tournament, it's not even funny. And you just can't. It'd take a special kind of, an almost unhuman type of human to still compete to your absolute 100% potential after getting $100 million to go and play in a joke league, wouldn't it? I certainly couldn't do it, and I think we've said that on here before. But I think he needs to stop talking about how he's going to come back and win majors. The only way he's going to do it is if he gets back on the PGA Tour. Which, why would you? Why would you? Take the cash, son. Take the cash. Minwoo, every year, Minwoo Lee plays good up until the Masters. He almost won a couple of weeks ago. He almost won last week. He just doesn't strike me as a fella who's completely locked in. He's very, very relaxed, and he even talks openly about how when he looks at the preparation and the study and the obsession that the top guys have, he doesn't want to. He wants to do it his way. Well, unfortunately, brother, I reckon they've got something sorted out that you don't, because in all the real big games, he's the Cronulla Sharks. In all the real big tournaments, Minwoo's the Cronulla Sharks. I don't think golf's a game where you can sort of have your cake and eat it too. Bryson the same. Bryson, absolute debacle this week. Playing well in all the less important stuff. Won a couple of lives back to back. I was dumb enough to think he could win the Masters. They're just not conditioned for it anymore, those blokes. They're not conditioned for it anymore. Jason Day, though, flying the flag for the Aussies, and Scotty not going too bad either. Adam Scott, that is, not Scotty Scheffler. Scotty Scheffler made a big move today. He's hunting. He's hunting. But Adam Scott's not too far. He's probably too far back to win it, but going good. But J-Day, and listen, for everything that Rory is, Jason Day isn't, and I love him for it. He's not a sook. He's very articulate when he speaks. He doesn't have an axe to grind. He's very smart. I don't rate his fashion sense. Apparently he's the most fashionable person in golf, but I couldn't be wearing some of the stuff he's wearing. But then look at me, I'm in a Cowboys jersey, so who am I to talk? God, it's good to see him doing well, because he was a phenom early. And then injuries just got him. Injuries got him bad, and he's coming back. And they're all giving hope to old blokes like me. Justin Rose has a chance of winning it as well. He's 45. J-Day's not young. J Rose and J-Day. Scotty, not young. They're my favourite golfers. Love them. Love him. I don't know where's the big fella. Where's John Rahm for Steve Leary? He was bloody waxing. He wanted John Rahm. Hang on. Masters. Let's have a look, shall we? Shane Lowry had another hole in one. Bloke just keeps hitting him. Did Rahm miss? Rahm missed the cut, has he? No, tied 48th, 5 over. John Rahm. Not going well for you, Steve. John Rahm not going well. He's 48th out of 52 that are left. Look out. Oh, good defence. Knghts are attacking the line here. 6-0 Tigers. Steve, you got anything you're that obsessed about that you give up 4 nights of sleep for? Literally for the Masters, people give up 4 days of sleep. Because we got a cam and because there's a chance Rory may lose, I may get up an hour early tomorrow than I normally get up and watch the closing stages of it. I will forego an hour's sleep, maybe. And I'll see how I go when the alarm goes off to watch the closing stages. But I'm not giving up a whole night, let alone a whole night or 4 nights to watch the golf. Don't know. You know what I did this afternoon? I bloody put the KO Mini for the Masters on. I watched everything that happened today in 20 minutes. That'll do, won't it? Penalty. Been doing that all day too. Tigers are on top here. Yeah, you got to sleep, Leary. I'm with you. Ah, that's not a head high. Come on. What are we doing? What are we doing? Will be exciting tomorrow. The problem is, there's a very good chance you wake up and it's all over. Well, not all over, but Rory's probably 6 shots ahead again because he'll lock back in. Oh, not a big fan of Americans at the moment, so his name's Cameron, but that's all right. But given what the big orange man has done to the world at the moment, it'd be nice to see a non-American win. J-Day, can J-Day... Oh, look at this! Appy's too smart for him, bro. Appy too smart for him. Appy's just dived over from dummy half. Look at this. Oh, Wooshka. As if you're falling for a dummy from dummy half in today's day and age. Soft, Leary. Soft. Not good. So we'll see if we get up and watch any of the Masters in the morning. We're on J-Day, and if I've got to choose between Rory and Cam Young, give me Cam Young any day of the week over Rory. I'd like to see Rory having to put the jacket on somebody else. I reckon he'll have a pout on him like Mitch Moses talking to a referee. Still on golf. I played golf today. I wish I didn't, but I played golf today. Just warming up. Warming up to what? The Knghts are warming up. They'll be 20 down before they warm up. Tigers are well on top. So I hadn't played with my mate Rishi for a while, so we made it happen today. I left the hallowed turf of Royal Wyong and went to Everglades, my bogey course. I think I've said it a couple of times. I cannot play that course. I went there feeling good though. Feeling good, had it mapped out, knew what I had to do, warmed up well, Banter was on early, first tee, cracker drive, absolutely smacked it, was going to go 500 metres. It went 50 metres straight into a tree trunk and bounced back towards me. Me and Rishi were playing with 2 80-year-old women. So they thought that was pretty funny. Well, they hadn't seen anything yet because my second shot then went 3 metres, topped it. Yes, I'm doubting you again, Stephen. Steve Leary's just said, are you doubting me again? It's much like my golf with Rishi, me and you, Steve Leary. I'm right a lot of the time, but then whenever I really challenge you, you end up right. Rish, can't beat him at golf. Can't beat him at golf at all. It's a similar sort of thing. But anyway, first shot into a tree, bounce back towards me, grand total of 30 metres. Second shot, 3 metres, top to 3-wood. Third shot, topped 3-wood again, and I've never seen it happen before. The ball bounced straight up and landed in exactly the same spot it was in when I hit it. Never seen anything like it. And I can guarantee you the two 80-year-old women that we were playing with, they'd never seen anything like it either. So then I got the shits, and it's bad sign if you got the shits before you've made it 50 metres on the first hole. And kind of half did a Happy Gilmore and just bloody took a couple of steps back, jogged forward and cracked it into a tree under the bushes, wiped the first hole. So all the best plans in the world on a very easy hole at Everglades. I was undone by the first. Rishi thought it was hilarious. Now, Rish has been playing some horrific golf. I keep getting text messages every weekend. He's basically in tears. He's ready to quit. He's told me every week for the last month that he's going to take a couple of weeks off. I've seen all his scores. It's bad golf. And I did say to him what he needed was me. He needed me, the big guy, because I'll put a different motivation in you. With the mouth I've got on me, the motivation to beat me is high, and that'll snap anybody out of any sort of form slump they're in ever. Tigers are attacking the line here. And he was a new man today, Rish. Could not miss. So I fixed him. I provided a community service. Sacrificed myself for the greater good. Do you reckon he thanked me? Nah, not at all. Just fucking gave it to me. Just fucking gave it to me. I did have a chip in, but it was a chip in for a double bogey, so that was wasted. And I did play my first ever flop shot, and it was absolutely perfect over a tree to 30 centimetres from the hole. Tigers are about to go in here again. Watch the dummy from dummy half. Knghts are under all sorts of pressure here. Oh, I nearly went through. They're not really being too creative here, the Tigers. Oh! You can't be serious. What about that? What about that? That might be the best ball I've ever seen in footy. I said it was Harry Grant's a couple of weeks ago. Look at this. Oh! Holy hell. Yes, Steve Leary, I'm doubting you. I'm doubting you hard, mate. Ha 16-0 Tigers, kick to come. So I was happy for Rish. Was not happy for me. It's 2 rounds in a row where I've gone to a different course. I've got to be careful, see, this tattoo thing. I can't get blasé about the tattoo thing. I can't, the problem with going to, not foreign courses, I've played enough at Everglades to know that I shouldn't have been doing half the shit I was doing. But then the week before at Mangrove Mountain, you don't go to Mangrove Mountain when you're trying to lower your handicap. That was just a dumb move. So I've got to be careful. Got to be a little bit more diligent in where I play and when I play. Playing fucking Mangrove Mountain in the middle of a cyclone. Yes, it was for the Gibbs Wilson Trophy, so that made it worth it. But there's a tattoo on. There's a tattoo on. So 30 points, and definitely not going to count in my best scores. And now I've got 2 scores in a row where when the 20 scores start to cycle through, those are going to come back to haunt me, or could. So the steam train to singles has taken a slight detour. But speaking of the tattoo bet, I haven't had my kids for a week. Dropped them off at their grandmother's on Easter Sunday and we picked them up today. So I've been kid-free for a week. Praise the Lord. Anyway, they're back. They were back when I got home from golf. Or one of them was. My daughter, not only has she got my sporting ability, she's the only one of my kids that has got my sporting ability or my interest in sport, really. I've got two boys that should be killing it, but the daughter's the one who's picked it up. The 14, well, they've all got my banter. They've all got my banter. God love them. But the 10-year-old girl, Indy, might be taking the crown. I walk in, she says hello, I'll give her that. I did get a hello and a hug out of her because I haven't seen her for a week. Next question. Did you win? The answer's no. Second question. Are you still... She understands what's happening with the handicap thing, but not fully understands. So she said, are you still double figures? Yes, still double figures. And then about 15 minutes later, she thought about it and she said, I think you just better get ready for the tattoo, Dad. I think you better just get ready for the tattoo. My 10-year-old daughter just giving it to me. Oh, and it was clever. It was quick. It was 10 minutes later, but it was on the back of something about golf. I think I just told the same story about how I hit 3 balls 30 metres at the start of the round because my wife loves hearing my golfing stories. Knghts are in. Pappenhausen doppelganger. They're all offside. They're all offside. He's gone up with one hand. Didn't think you're allowed to do that anymore. Oh, there's got to be a knock on or an offside or something in there. You can't do that. Oh, there's got to be a knock on from a Knight there somewhere. No try. Try, no try, Leary. No try. Nah, here he goes. Here he goes. Blow it up. You know, yeah, no try. You know as soon as they blow it up, it's no try. Yes. Unlucky. Unlucky. So what about that from the 10-year-old though? Just get ready for the tattoo, mate. Yeah, thanks, darling. Thank you. And I don't know what I've created. Because she's 10. But the 14-year-old's very, very good at it. The 14-year-old, very good. He's quick. He's quick. But he's also 14. He should be getting a bit about him. 10-year-old. Girl. Into me. She might end up taking the crown. She might end up the best. Because it was smart too. It was a clever call. So anyway, the whole world's against me. The whole world wants me to get tattooed. I understand what Steve Gibbs feels like now, having some bloke that you can just never beat. That is Rishi for me. He's playing the worst golf of his life. He wants to quit. I turn up and he's fucking Justin Rose all of a sudden. It's unbelievable. He didn't just beat me, he flogged me. He beat me by 5 shots. And for the first time ever, because normally for a long time he had a higher handicap than me, and then for a long time he had a lower handicap than me. We both off the same handicap, so no excuses. There's absolutely nothing. It was all square, mono e mono. I make Rishi a better golfer. That's all I can put it down to. I make Rishi a better golfer. Thank you very much, Rish, when you're listening to this back. 16-0 Tigers. So I hope Mrs. Sunday says she isn't listening. She doesn't normally, but got this stupid idea in my head. This tattoo bed's doing funny things to me. I got this stupid idea in my head that I need a new putter. I don't need a new putter. I putted very well today, but I resisted urges. I went to Drummond. I think on Wednesday I went to Drummond, managed to walk out of there without a putter, because fucking the internet knows too. The internet knows when you want to buy something. All of a sudden, putters start following me around on Facebook and Instagram. No inclination to buy a new putter. Never. Probably because the Masters is on. There's putter ads going on. All of a sudden, Rory fucking McIlroy's putter starts following me around. I get in my own head. This is why sometimes I wish I drank again, because it used to turn off this sort of noise. Didn't stop me buying shit though, so that's probably not an accurate statement. I go to Drummond on Wednesday. I pick up Rory McIlroy's putter. Probably, luckily, the guy that usually sorts me out there for my golf clubs, he wasn't there. So I managed to walk out of there on Wednesday without buying a new putter. Same cannot be said for Thursday, though. Thursday, different story. Brock was back. Brock Egan was back at Drummond. I had to go back in. I needed Brock to talk me out of buying a new putter, because I clearly don't need one. I putt okay. I putt, for my handicap, I putt fairly well. Anyway, new putter's on order. Don't know when it gets here. And then all I was hoping for today was that I'd putt well enough to convince myself to cancel the order. I putted well enough to convince myself to cancel the order. Do you reckon I'll cancel the order? What are the chances? Steve Lear, if you're a betting man, what are the chances I cancel the order from a new putter? And here's the thing, it's not just a new putter. It's a new way of life. Because I've played with a blade putter my entire life. I learned to putt with a 50-year-old blade putter when I was a kid. And I've had a blade putter ever since. Knghts are away. Knghts are chopping the Tigers up the middle. Come on, Tigers. Knghts attacking the Tigers line. 16-0 Tigers over Knghts. 16 and a half minutes left in the first half. Shit kick. Shit kick. Yeah, Steve Leary knows I'm not going to cancel the friggin' putter. But as I was saying, it's not just a new putter, it's a new way of life. So I've had a blade putter my entire life. I have tried a mallet putter once. It lasted 2 weeks. I've actually still got it here somewhere. And the shaft on it is not straight because I wrapped it around a tree in the second round that I had it. I decided I was going to make this big change to my putting. I decided it was the putter's fault that I couldn't putt. And I tried a mallet putter. This is 13 years ago. Wrapped around a tree, second round, never to use again. Been on blades ever since. Have a very, very good blade putter. Cost $700, the putter that I have. It's as good as it gets in blade putting. ChatGPT did all that work for me. I've decided, because I've got a tattoo bet on the line, that I need to try and eke some shots out of somewhere. And I've decided that my putter might be one of them. It's fucking not. It's not. But then Rory McIlroy's putter started following me around the internet, so it's on order. And they're going to ring me up next week. Drummond's going to ring me up and say, great news, Cam, your putter's here. And I'm going to go, is it? Is it great news? So I said to Rishi today, because Rishi said lots of very, very mean things to me today, but one of the nice things he said is, you don't need a new putter, man. What are you doing? I said, yeah, I know. There's two problems. One, I'm 12 years old and new toys excite me. The what if it works has got me hooked. I've got people who are playing with mallet putters saying, mate, do it, you'll never look back. You'll never look back. I reckon that's just because they can't putt with a blade. Rory McIlroy putter's going to set us back $400, Steve Leary. And that's the thing. I'm trading in a $700 putter for a $400 putter. Surely the one I've already got's better. None of it makes sense, except that I'm an immature goose and I've got a tattoo bet on the line, so I was trying to come up with ways to save shots instead of getting better at golf. Oh. And the fact that I was able to get it for $400 tells me there's probably a brand new model about to come out. Every time I buy something, a new model comes out 5 minutes later. The clubs I got, the drivers actually, not my clubs, not my irons, my driver. I bought a driver for almost $1,000 2 weeks before they brought out the new model. Idiot. I've got a BYD Shark, and then yesterday the news comes out that they're bringing out a new BYD Shark. I've only had the fucking thing for 4 months. I really should do some more research. So here's the question. Drummond ring me tomorrow or Tuesday and say, Cam, your new putter's in. What do I do? Oh, here's my plan. The plan I came up with Rishi on the golf course today is my plan. They ring, they tell me it's ready. I don't go and pick it up for 48 hours. I've got to think on this. Because once I've got it, I'm going to want to use it. And I got the reason it's a change of lifestyle. It's completely different putting with a mallet to putting with a blade. Completely different. You've got to learn a whole new language. It's not the sort of thing where you can pick and choose. Dom! Oh! Did he drop it? Did he drop it? I don't think he dropped it. The Tigers are pretty pissed off. He's going no try. This is great defence if he didn't get it down. I don't think he got it down. Tell me he didn't get it down. He's going to drop it here. Oh, try. That's a fucking good put down, Steve Leary. Oh, they should give that. See, I'm not biased. They should give that. Try. That was a good put down. That was a good put down. I thought the Tigers would save that. 16-4, Tigers over the Knghts. Kick to come. 12 minutes left in the first half. Good game. It's been a good game. I don't reckon you'd ever get Gibbs in here on a Knights day, Leary. He froths it. He's full fanatic, that bloke. I saw a post he put up on Instagram last week before he went to the game. They got 900 Knights jerseys at home for the whole family. Kids are all done up in them. Yeah, mate. Oh. Yeah, good point. So Steve Leary said, back to your phone call, you can never have enough toys even if you don't use it. Sit it in the man cave. Here's the thing, though. When Mrs. Sunday Sesh sees $400 on the card from Drummond, I'm fucking dead. I'm actually dead. So, now it's worth it for the tattoo bet. But I might actually die. So I've got to work out. There's lots at play here. Lots at play. Now, I've got 2 get-out clauses, right? When I spend money at the moment, I've got 2 red-hot get-out clauses. One, because of the truck, I don't pay for petrol. She does. 2, I don't drink. So there's at least $500 a week between grog and petrol that I'm saving. Well, it's more that in petrol now, so $300 a week in grog and about $300 a week in petrol now with new petrol prices. So that's my get out of jail card whenever I buy something I shouldn't buy, but it's running a bit thin. It's running a bit thin, especially for golf. Now, she doesn't give a shit if I get tattooed. And my daughter's told me I should already just go and do it anyway. So they don't understand the stakes. But here's the thing, Steve Leary, it doesn't matter how much I talk right now. I thought I'd talk myself out of it. I'm going to get the putter. I'm going to get the putter. Because I putted well today, and I putted well last week, and I putted well the week before that. But I'm sure there'll come a time where I don't putt well and I go, shit, need a new putter. There's one more thing I'll say about golf before we move on. It's more golf talk than ever. I'm blaming the course, and I'm blaming the putter, and I'm blaming my clubs. If Shane Flanagan can blame everyone else but himself for the state of the Dragons at the moment, I'm not the problem. The golf course is the problem. The trees are the problem. The clubs are the problem. The putters are the problem. It's definitely not me. I got another mate who played Corinda Waters today. I texted him and said, I went no good. He goes, yep, same, let's not talk about it. And I offered him an out. I said, yep, Corinda will do that to people because Corinda will tear you apart. And he writes back, no, it wasn't Corinda, it was me. Don't you dare take personal responsibility. How dare you take personal responsibility for your results? Shane Flanagan has made it a fucking art form to not have to do that anymore. He's give us all an out. Flano's give us all an out. And all his buddies in the media have give us all an out. Doesn't matter how bad you are. Not your fault. Not your fault. It's the course's fault. So I'm 100% blaming Everglades. I'm blaming Rishi. Rishi's the reason I was no good at golf today. Blaming my putter, even though I putted well. Blaming my clubs. Don't you dare tell me it's my fault because Flano said nothing's our fault. Nothing at all. He turns up, he works hard. I turn up, I work hard, I practice my golf. The fact that I'm no good at it, not my fault. So find a silver lining in anything. Thank you, Shane Flanagan. You've made it okay to be completely mediocre and it be somebody else's fault. Thank you. Appreciate you. Love you lots. Cam. 16-4, Tigers over Knghts. What's something you're no good at, Steve Leary, that we can now use the Shane Flanagan excuse for? Tigers are away. Dewey's still going. Give it. Oh, pass the friggin' ball, bro. That was a crusher. Why didn't Dewey pass the ball then? Tigers attacking the line. 7 minutes to go. They get another try here. It's going to be hard to come back. Oh, 6 more. No. KPP, up. That's gone back. Oh, Knights have got the ball. Lucky. So, Book of Feuds. Can we do the Book of Feuds? First off, I've got a confession to make. I got a confession to make. Shouldn't sing. Microphone makes me want to sing. Oh, I went back to Pizza Inn. Anyone who listened to the show over the last couple of weeks knows that I'm feuding with fast food on the Central Coast, and in particular Pizza Inn at Gosford, who have the nicest pepperoni pizza on the planet, but the worst service on the planet, so I barred them. It was the 15th time they'd fronted the judiciary and the 15th time they've been barred, but this time they were barred for good, never to come back. Oh, I've been back. I'm very, very sorry. No, it wasn't 4 hours delivery. So here's what happened. I said the kids weren't here this week. Well, I had the house to myself last night. The wife went out for dinner with the girlfriends, left me to my own devices. And if anyone remembers, Tigers are away. Oh, yeah, baby. Come on. Patrick Herbert. He was around a few years ago, wasn't he? Was a peaceful night at home, Steve. No kids, no missus. Footy on. Back in the day, that would have meant 4 bottles of wine and probably treating my body like an amusement park. That's what that would have meant back in the day. Not this time, though. And I got this thing stuck in my head about the young bloke at work who said if you just order online early, you'll be first cab off the rank when they open up for the night. Had to be tested, didn't it? Had to be tested. For the best pepperoni pizza on the planet, it had to be tested. So at 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon, I bit the bullet. I ordered the best pepperoni pizza on the planet. And I nearly didn't. I actually exited the screen once because the whole problem, the whole flaw in the system was when they had bad service and I'd rung up for a delivery, I hadn't paid for anything, so I could tell them to fuck off. But when you order online, money's down. So I had to put $41 down. $10 delivery charge. Jesus. $10 delivery charge for people who never turn up with their delivery. So the risk was high, but I ran it because it's the best pepperoni pizza on the planet. And I thought, you know what? Family won't be disappointed in me for breaking the ban again because they won't know. So I'll get away with it. Perfect crime. The perfect crime, if you may. So I do it. They open at 5 o'clock. I've ordered at 4 o'clock. 6 o'clock comes, still haven't got my pizza. I've got a big house, a big long house, Steve. So the house you get when the Knghts make the 8, big long house. Doorbell's been flat for 6 months. So anytime anyone comes to the door, they press on the button, they don't realise it's not working. There have been delivery drivers turn around and leave at times because we haven't answered the door. I was that keen for this pizza and for it not to go wrong that I actually, for the first time in 6 months, took the battery out of the doorbell and charged it because I didn't want to miss this pizza. Didn't put the battery back in, that was a problem. I've also got a dog. You'd think a dog would growl when someone's at the door. Nah, fucking idiot. Just sits there. Doesn't care. I can be robbed at any time. Big dog, do nothing. Tigers are away again. So anyway, 6 o'clock comes, I still haven't got my pizza and I'm hungry. I'm really hungry. So I start raiding the cupboard. Packet of chips, a roll up. I think I even ate just a plain wrap with nothing on it. Just pulled out a wrap. So I'm starting to fill up. 6:30 comes. Pizza's here. Pizza's here. Took an hour and a half. And I got the best pepperoni pizza on the planet. Tigers are in again. It's called no try. I missed it, Leary. Was it a try? Oh. That went back. Two are going back. NFL pass. Oh, double movement. Hey, there's no one tackling him, though. There's no one tackling him. So the other night, there's no bullshit. If what's his name, Garner, if Garner from the Panthers wasn't allowed to put the ball down over the line, but Matt Burton was able to smash him in the game on Thursday night, then he should be able to score that try. That's a try. Bullshit. Tigers have been robbed. Fucking Dom Young's got the back of his hand on him. How is that a tackle? Come on, Steve Leary. You can't tell me that's a tackle. You can't tell me he's held. There's no one on him. This will test how unbiased you can be. That rule's got to change. So anyway, pizza comes. Got my pizza at 6:30. It was delicious. It was the best pepperoni pizza on the planet. Got a garlic bread and a Coke Zero with it for those asking at home because it came with the deal. Ate my pizza. Some of my pizza. Not a big eater since I've lost all this weight. Yeah, it should have been a try. Lucky you said that, Steve Leary, otherwise we wouldn't have been able to be friends. That should have been a try, for sure. The game is broken. There are some rules in this game that are just broken. That's one of them. There's no way you're held there. None. What a game. So I ate half my pizza, Steve, the perfect crime. No one's going to know. And then I'm standing on the first tee at Everglades, trying to lock in for a game of golf. Phone goes off. Message from Mrs. Sunday Sesh. Normally, because I leave for golf very early in the morning, she's very sweet. She messaged me and says, "Miss you, have a good game." Or something to that effect. And I thought that's all it was going to be. So I checked the message because a bit of goodwill before you tee off can't hurt anyone. What is it? It's a fucking photo of a pizza box and a half-eaten garlic bread in the fridge. Tigers are in. They're not going to take that one off from Steve Leary. $26-4, Stephen. 26-4. So I've committed the perfect crime and then I've left all the evidence. I left all the evidence and I'm standing on the first tee. Check my phone because it's going to be a nice loving message from my darling wife. It's a fucking photo of a pizza box, a half-eaten garlic bread, and the words pizza in and 3 question marks. You know when you get 3 question marks, you're dead. 3 question marks is a problem. I reckon if she sees a charge for the putter, there's going to be 3 question marks. You're live on the Sunday Sesh. How can I help? What do you need? What do you need? Where are you? Where's Joel? Is he with you? No, you're going to have to come home and ask your mother, mate. I can't do it. We're solving the world's problems here. Goodbye. That was a 14-year-old. He's at the skate park getting me to do his dirty work for him with his mother. Not a chance, son. Not a chance. Jock Madden kick from the sideline. 28-4 at halftime. So I managed to put the photo of the pizza box and the half-eaten garlic bread. It ruined my first hole, so thank you, darling wife. Ruined my whole game of golf, now that I think about it, because we don't have to blame ourselves. We can blame anyone. Ask Shane Flanagan. But what's Rishi? Rishi's just texted me, actually. So I know coming home, the whole drive home, I've got to please explain. And that was it. My daughter was into me again. Dad, you banned Pizza Inn. What are you doing? Does that mean we can all go back to Pizza Inn? I think I did them a favour. I did the test. They didn't have to go hungry. They didn't have to go disappointed like I usually do to them when I order from Pizza Inn. So I think I did them a favour, but they're looking at me like I'm just a weak gutted. They're looking at me like I'm Jamin Salmon, a weak gutted dog. They're looking at me like I don't stand for anything anymore. But we got the nicest pepperoni pizza on the planet back. And I'm okay with an hour and a half. I'm okay with eating at 6:30. So they might be back. They might be off the book of Feuds. The problem's going to be, when the fuck do I remember to order at 4 o'clock in the afternoon? It was just because I had my heart set on it. So, couple of lessons. One, if you're going to do the crime, hide the friggin' evidence. Hide the evidence. But I came home from golf, there was still 3 pieces of pizza left, and it was friggin' delicious. What are the best leftovers? That's got me thinking. What are the best leftovers to have? Reheated pizza's pretty good. Reheated pizza's got to be up there. Reheated pizza. You know what's really good a day later? Can be, if it's the thigh pieces, reheated KFC. Reheated KFC is good. Chinese. Chinese is a good one as leftovers. Tell you what you couldn't do the next day. Macca's or anything like that you can't do. Chicken nuggets the next day are disgusting. But I reckon pizza. KFC's a dark horse. You wouldn't think it. And if it's the breast pieces, forget about it. They're too dry. You can't rescue a breast or a leg, to be honest. You really can only go the... Oh, cold Chinese when it sits on the rice all night. Yes. If it's been on the rice all night, tuck me in. 100% Steve Leary. Steve Leary's vote said cold pizza and cold Chinese when it sits in the rice all night. You don't eat it cold, though. You reheat it, surely. Surely you reheat it. Just going to grab a drink while it's half time. I'll tell you of the home cooked stuff. Where we do spag bowl at least once a week here. Spag bowl the next day is always good. Cold pizza bloody good. Nah, so you can't. The pizza in pizzas, they are that, the cheese is that thick on them. And even like cooked pepperoni the next day is no good cold. Cooked pepperoni is no good cold. So the cheese goes too hard. It's a thicker base. No, I can't do it. Warmed up though. Warmed up. Brilliant. Warmed up. I'd go. So when they come and they're fresh, and I'm just talking about these pizzas in particular, when they come and they're fresh, there's nothing better in the world ever. When they come and they've been sitting for an hour or so, you can tell they're not as fresh. Everything's started to congeal. They're not quite as good. I would say that the next day reheated is better than if they bring it not quite fresh. Nothing's better than when they bring it fresh, but if they bring it not quite fresh, then the next day reheated is actually better. The 3 pieces I had when I got home from golf were better than the pieces I had last night. It wasn't quite fresh last night. But Chinese might be the winner. Chinese on the rice might be the winner, but you can't do... It's not as good cold as it is warm. I disagree with you there. It's got to be warm, for sure. Interesting. Let me know if you come up with any others. So what about the footy this week? Are we on track? I don't know if anyone's heard. Are we on track for having the most points scored ever in a round? We've got to be close to being on track for the most points scored ever. I would hazard a guess. Ridiculous scores. Thursday night. Oh, Jesus Christ, Thursday night. Bulldogs can thank me. It was a Bulldogs week to get picked on in my power rankings this week. I had Pinky in the Brain we spoke about. I did a great Pinky in the Brain impersonation last week on the show. And then they've come out and absolutely towed up the Panthers. Wasn't even close. Wasn't even close. Absolutely give it to them. Now, Panthers had an off night. I was listening to a bit of radio this afternoon. People are saying the Dogs would give the blueprint to the Panthers, to beating the Panthers. I don't know, man. I don't know. All they did was... Doesn't make a lot of sense to say this stuff given how comprehensively they won. But Lockie Galvin looked like a superstar because he kept throwing short balls to Jacob Preston. Jacob Preston kept running over the top of Blaze Talangi. Lockie Galvin's been throwing hospital balls to Jacob Preston all year, and it hasn't been Blaze Talangi in front of him, so it hasn't worked. So it didn't look like they changed too much, is sort of a long way of getting to the point I was going to make. It didn't look like the Dogs had changed too much. It just looked like Blaze Talangi couldn't tackle Jacob Preston. So all the ill-timed short balls, you've never seen a bloke throw as many hospital passes as Lockie Galvin, ever. But usually there's people who can tackle in front of him, and Blaze Talangi decided to not tackle. Their attack was off. They kept dropping the ball, the Panthers. Dogs defended well. Give them something. But I tell you what the Dogs were. The Dogs were so much better without Stephen Crichton that it wasn't funny. By the length of the field, they were better with him off the field. Because you had a half and a 5'8" who could play without having to worry about getting the hook and replaced by a centre. Is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence that Burton played the best he's played in ever as a 5'8"? He didn't have to worry about his captain Courageous over there taking his fucking job. Even for Galvin, even though he didn't change too much, he was free. Them two boys were free. That's what I saw. I saw a half and a 5'8" who were free because there was no one that could replace them. Kickow and Steve's put in the chat, Kickow and Burton grow another leg when they play their old team as well. Yeah. But they also didn't have Crichton in there fucking it all up for them. Oh, have a look at this press conference. Steve Leary, are you watching KO? Have a look at the look on Mitchell Moses' face in this press conference. The fucking sook. Look at Mitchell Moses. He doesn't look as bad now, but a second ago he looked like he was in tears. Ref couldn't save him. They were bad, Para. We're going to talk about that in a sec. They were bad. So what I took out of the Panthers Dogs is that I didn't think it was possible for the Panthers to have so many levels below how well they'd been playing. Like they didn't have just an off night. They turned into a very ordinary football team. So going forward, you know that Penrith have got that in them at least. It won't happen often. It's going to ruin my power rankings. Are a mess this week. I had them in perfection last week. And next to Margot Robbie, mind you. Now that whole section's got to go. Means I've got to get rid of Margot because I can't have almost perfect and Margot in it. She's perfect. You're perfect, darling. I'd never move you. So the Panthers have got a level in them that I didn't think they had in them. They looked like a bad football team. The Dogs looked good, but Penrith helped them look good, and I also think they were better with Crichton off the field because they were free. Cherry came back, played well, good on him. Also free. Funnily enough, I'm pretty sure Cherry was on the left. Fancy a left centre playing well on the left. I still think the Dogs have got issues. I don't think I'm moving the Dogs in the power rankings this week, partly because I've worked out, so on the internet, Storm and the Dogs supporters are the angriest. No one's happy when I give their team a hard time, but the Storm and the Dogs, they get abusive. They start name-calling. You can almost pick now, whenever I get an abusive comment, I go Storm or Dogs, and if I check them out, sometimes I check the profiles out. 9 out of 10 times they're from Victoria, but last week, because I started giving the Dogs a bit of shit, there was a lot of them from that area. Very funny. So Dogs and Storm supporters are the angriest by far. Dragon supporters have given up. No one's angry at me for giving it to the Dragons because they've lost all rights to a reply now. All rights to reply. Speaking of the Dragons, Manly 28, Dragons 18. Didn't actually get to watch the game, unfortunately. I listened to the first half on the radio driving down to Sydney to go to a beautiful Italian restaurant in Glenhaven, Entrata. If you're ever around Glenhaven, Kenthurst, that sort of area, Entrata, Italian restaurant, fucking outstanding. Outstanding, fully authentic from what I've been told. Never been to Italy, but I was having dinner with people who have, and they said this is the closest thing to Italy in a restaurant they've ever been to. But I was driving down there, listening to the first half, and it sounded like the Dragons were absolutely pathetic for the first 20 minutes. Anyone who's watched it, tell me if I'm wrong. Or tell me if that's how it was, because that's how it sounded. That's how they were making it sound on the radio. Absolutely pathetic. And give me a break, number one. Give me a break, Flano going, I'm brave, I'm going down to the sidelines because I'm not hiding from anything. The fucking campaign that dude's running, he's even got his players saying it now. Or he's even threatened his players, I reckon. I've never heard so many players come out and go, it's not Flano's fault, it's our fault. Never heard it. Never heard it ever. And they're wrong. It's Flano's fault. They know, though, Cookie knows that if Flano's not there, he's gone. So he's saying it. Leilua probably knows he's gone if Flano's not there, so he's saying it too. The campaign to save that idiot's job is mind-boggling. Absolutely mind-boggling. So it sounded like they were pathetic for the first 20 minutes. Then it sounded like Manly became the old Manly, which is Manly against shit teams don't normally play well, and they were playing that well for the first 20. I think it sounded like they took their foot off the gas pedal. And Dragons came back. So when I stopped listening at half time, it was either 16 all or 18-16 to the Dragons, I think, or close to it. It sounded like, now I'm on the record of saying at the start of the year, controversial take, everyone hates on Kyle Flanagan. I don't think he's that bad a footballer. I don't think he's a bad footballer. I thought he was one of the Dragons' best last year in a shit team, but one of their best. He's forgotten how to play footy now. Him and Atkinson, by the sounds of it, again, didn't watch, sounded like they'd forgotten how to play footy. Sounded absolutely woeful. Then Manly did what Manly do, which is playing inconsistent footy. They look like superstars 1 minute and wooden spooners the next. And then I didn't see any of the second half to know what went on there. I did get a text message from Steve Leary saying that should save Flano for another week, though. How the fuck does that save Flano for another week, Steve Leary? Because they came back in the first half. They were pathetic for the first 20 minutes. Pathetic. How does that guy keep his job? Why hasn't he been sacked yet? Why hasn't he been sacked yet? Surely the people at the club aren't dumb enough to fall for the propaganda campaign that's been run. Surely they're not that dumb. Surely the fans are about to torch the joint. Surely they just want to... sarcasm, buddy. Sorry, you're interrupted. Which bit was sarcasm? Your text message? You know you can't convey sarcasm in a text message? It's what I hate about the written word. You can't convey tone. How the hell would I know that's sarcasm? You wrote it so eloquently. Oh. Where is he? Sorry, I was just sending Rishi a message. I thought what you meant was because they sort of came close, that was enough to save him. I can't believe they haven't done a Seabold and just sacked him now. Why hasn't this game been interrupted saying breaking news out of Cogra, Shane Flanagan gone? And the players, it's actually... I said pathetic. They played pathetic. The talk this week, Flanagan's press conference, the players saying, oh, he gives us a plan. We're not just doing it. We're just not doing it. The whole thing it's pathetic. It's desperate. It's sad. It's pitiful. It's actually pitiful. Why the fuck are we running a feel sorry campaign for a cheat? The guy got done for salary cap and for peptides and hasn't won a game in 10 games and knifed Mary McGregor and got rid of everyone for his son, and we're running a pity campaign for him. And now the players are in on it. I am out of ideas. I'm out of ideas. And it's not even, I can't even get any bites out of it anymore. The content, at the start of the year when I had them in the spoon section on the power rankings, I got a lot of angry Dragon supporters. But week by week, they've gone more quiet and more quiet. Now they just don't even give a shit. They've given up. The fans have given up, and I'm sure they can't understand how their coach has still got a job. But the pity campaign, it's very sad. The only thing sadder is Fox Sports giving Gordy his own theatre because the Broncos took his name off a door. That's pretty sad too. That's the same thing though. It's pitiful. What are we doing? But I'll give it to him, mate. Somehow, some way, he's keeping his job for the time being. But this hero act, I'm going to stand on the sidelines because I front up every day and I work hard. Many a person who's been sacked works hard, dickhead. You're no good at your job. Turns out when you're not cheating a salary cap and your people aren't on fucking drugs, your teams don't go so well. Turns out, I don't know, coincidence maybe? Surely a coincidence. Almost as big a coincidence as fucking Rishi getting good at golf the minute I turn up. And he's trying to say it wasn't me. It was me. Make me angry. I don't know. Does it make sense to be so angry about it when I don't follow them, don't care about them? I think just the injustice of it all. I think the hypocrisy of it all. I think his pity act. I don't know. I don't know why I get so fired up about Shane Flanagan and the Dragons. Well, I don't like cheats in the sport. Like, I don't like the fact that he got a job. But yeah, I don't know. I think the way the journos have carried on, I think that's what's got me, because you got to sit there and watch that shit. You got to put up with it. I don't know. Broncos, Cowboys, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm passionate, Steve Leary. Passionate about injustice. Passionate about excuse makers. But now, at least for the golf, I need him to stay in the job for as long as possible, because as long as he's in the job and as long as it's not his fault, nothing is anyone's fault ever. I'll repeat that for earlier people who weren't listening earlier. As long as Shane Flanagan is still the coach of the Dragons, and as long as nothing's his fault, nothing's your fault. Good for the goose, good for the gander. We're all off the hook. When I don't do the dishes later tonight and Mrs. Sunday Sesh rips in, I'll go, fucking tell your story walking, sister. Not my fault. Kid's fault. Someone else's fault. I didn't order that new putter. Not my fault. The guy at the shop told me it'd help. Cowboys, Broncos. This is a tip I was pretty happy to get right. I was on for a good week of tips. A couple of the 50-50s went my way early. I didn't get to watch this one. Disappointed I didn't get to watch it. Sounded like an absolute cracker, and the highlights I've seen, brilliant. A couple of dud refereeing decisions from what I understand. And from what I understand, I cannot believe the Cowboys are getting rid of Drinky. Oh, and if it's true that Drinky's going to the Dragons, I don't know what I'm going to do with my life. I can't have my favourite player going to my most hated team under my most hated coach. Not that he'll be the coach there for long. Surely someone else comes along and picks up Drinky. But what are the Cowboys doing? I get you got Jackson Purdue. I get it. But, you know, if you take a leaf out of Melbourne's book, it doesn't matter how good the young up-and-comer is, they always keep the incumbent in until they got a reason not to, and Drinky's fucking killing it. And the Cowboys are winning. And you're shopping your best player. There is no doubt in the world Jackson Purdue is going to be an absolute fucking legend. But he can be a legend in centre until Drinky finishes up, surely. That's how just about every other club on the planet does it. Why are you getting rid of someone still in their prime? Why are you letting him go? It will come back to bite you in the arse. Drinky says he's playing with a chip on his shoulder because of all the talk about it. It will come back to bite the Cowboys on the arse. I will get Drinky in Supercoach just for the Cowboys games where he puts 9 million points on them. 9 million. Worst thing I did this year, I've made a lot of mistakes in Supercoach, but the worst one was trading Drinky after 2 weeks. I haven't got him back in. He's scored 100 every week that I haven't had him. Broncos had a lot of people out, so it was always going to be tough against a resurgent Cowboys team. A resurgent Cowboys team, and I don't mind that, to be honest. I don't mind the Cows. And they may, lot of time left in the season, but they may turn out to be one of the predictions I got fairly wrong at the start of the year. Scoregami. So the score had never happened before. I wish I'd claimed that sooner. I missed an opportunity there. I said the minute I saw the score that I bet that's never happened before, and I didn't post anything about it. Someone else did today. Took a day or 2 days for someone to post about it. I missed my opportunity. I could have been the Scoregami guy. Never happened before. 35-31. Apparently, the halfback for the Broncos that the Cowboys let go went well. His name's eluding me right this second, but apparently he went well. Drinky Arthur's man, Toffee, field goal. And, yeah, I don't think you take too much away from it. I don't think too much out of it for the Broncos because they had Walsh missing and Reynolds missing and Hunt missing and everyone else missing. So no harm, no foul. Move on. 28-4 Tigers over Newcastle, 32 minutes left. Rabbits Raiders, Rabbits in the milk. So I tipped the milk in this only because I said in my video that if the milk don't win, that's their season done, and I thought they might be able to pull it together just long enough to have a win. And fuck, they looked good in the first half. They looked great. They were back to being the milk. Things were sticking. Exactly what I thought would happen would happen. South looked how I thought South looked. I don't rate South much at the moment. Didn't rate them at the start of the year. Before the season started, thought they'd be good for a couple of rounds. And then they'd fade, and I think they've faded. But then the bloody milk do what the milk do, which is play with their food. Why can't you just fucking boot somebody convincingly and be done with it? Yes, Steve Leary. Why can't you fucking just win a game easy, Canberra? Piss me off. Imagine you can't bet on them, or you can bet on them, but you can never go on 13 plus or anything like that, ever. They just don't like, they just are looking, they work really hard to get in front and then but as soon as they get there, they clock off. They're done. It cost them a premiership last year. They did it against the Broncos 3 times in the prelim. They had the Broncos dead to rights. Everyone says how unlucky they were and how good Brisbane did to get back, but that's Canberra. Canberra don't finish anything off. They're like a so one of the things with ADHD is that you're constantly seeking reward, and that can be good reward, bad reward. If you can't find anything good, you'll find a way of getting in trouble because that triggers the reward systems in your brain. I've just worked out, sitting here, the Raiders are our ADHD team. If they're winning too much, they get bored. So how can we make this a bit more exciting? We'll fuck it up. Then they get behind and go, oh shit, the homework's due tomorrow. We better do 1,000-word essay right now, so then they'll come back. They're the fucking ADHD team. I figured it out. I put that in my power rankings tomorrow, but I don't think anyone will get the reference. But that is the Raiders. They're bored. If they're not winning, they want to get in trouble. And South, I don't think South's superstars, you can't say South did well to come back because it's the Raiders who let everyone back. I did notice Latrell looked gassed after about 10 minutes. He looked gone. Cody Walker looked tired. South are doing, I say this a lot, but South are doing exactly what I thought they'd do. And I don't think Payne Haas helps them next year now. Fafita's not doing anything special. Wayne hasn't been able to pull the magic out of Fafita. They're just all comfortable, South. They're all comfortable. He's made it too comfortable for them. They need Madge. You know who South need? Madge. On your brother. Kiwis in the chat. Rocks and Diamonds, Latrell. He just doesn't play smart, Latrell. Hey, Kiwi, how are you? On your brother. Say hello to Steve. Good to have you here, mate. Latrell's trying to turn everything into a diamond, but he's not thinking like it's dumb stuff. He's trying to, I don't think he cares, to be honest. He tried to throw one flick pass yesterday when he was almost to the ground with three people around on him. Like, I can't remember the exact play, but I can't remember the exact play, but it was the dumbest pass. I'm just thinking, what are you doing, man? Like, it wasn't in the context. There was no chance to score off it. It was in the middle of the field. It wasn't the last tackle. Thought it must have been the last tackle. Yeah, I just don't think he cares, to be honest. He's trying very hard to be a golf influencer at the moment. Maybe that's where his future lies. But a win for the Milk nonetheless. Doesn't allay any fears about the Milk. Doesn't save their season yet, but at least it's a win. A win's a win. Sharks, Roosters. Yeah, that's true, Kiwi. Kiwi's put in the chat, rocks or diamonds, highlight reel or injuring people, professional fouls. Yeah, he's got grub in him. He's got grub in him. Too much money and too much. Kiwi's going off in the chat. I love it. Too much money for the South lads. They're just comfortable, mate. I think I've said before, Wayne Bennett famous for his man management. I think he's just a soft touch with those boys. He's got a real soft touch for the Koori boys especially. And he hasn't made any of them better. Who's he made better? Who's he made better? That team needs Madge. They're doing what the Broncos were doing. The South are playing, South are carrying on like the Broncos were before Madge got there. Soft touch, because they had Kevy who was a soft touch. So I don't see him going anywhere. Kiwi's just written, Sharkies, too much money, too many honeys in the Shire, too much sun. No, you know what? So Sharks, Roosters, Sharks 34, Roosters 22. Neither of them look good. Let's get that out of the way. The Roosters look fucking useless in the first half. Sharks look fucking useless in the second half. I don't think any of them are going to threaten this year at all. Tigers are going to go in the corner here. Steve Leary getting run off the park, mate. 32-4 Tigers. So the Sharks have been known for a long time as chocolate soldiers. They can't win a big game. They can't beat a team at the top of the table. Not that I think the Roosters are at the top of the table, but they just can't beat anyone decent. Now, they've had the same roster for 5 years. They lack a bit of X factor. We've said all this stuff. And when they're on the front foot, they're flat track bullies. So when they're on the front foot, they look good. They're on the front foot in the first half. They look fucking great. Roosters looked like they needed Hugo Savala on the field. Hugo Savala comes on, absolutely brains them. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? But here's my thought on the Sharks. It only occurred to me today. Everyone says what a good coach Craig Fitzgibbon is. No one's ever questioning Craig Fitzgibbon's coaching credentials or his job. Who's another coach who was at a team for 10 years, and I know that Fitzgibbon hasn't been at the Sharks for 10 years yet, but he will be. At the club for 10 years, perennial finalist, made the prelim a couple of times, lost a grand final, never won anything. Name that coach. Now not coaching in the NRL. I'll give you another clue. He's now not coaching in the NRL. Take your pick. See if the boys get it. Kick from the sideline. $32-4. I'm backing him in. Dollar says he gets it, Kiwi. It's Quist Brown. I just worked out your name. My eyes aren't real good, so it looked like Kiwi to me. Quist Brown. I like it. You don't have the coach. You don't have the coach. Steve Leary, any guesses on the coach? You may as well focus on this, Steve, because the Knights are dead. Steve Leary's a big Knights guy. Quist, not going well for him today. So the coach I'm thinking of is a little bloke by the name of Brad Arthur. Brad Arthur had Parramatta for 10 years. I don't even know his lisp. His lisp isn't good. Is that how you spell lisp? The question was, I'm talking about the Sharks, but then my question was, who's another coach? Because no one ever questions Fitzgibbon's job, right? No one ever questions Fitzgibbon's job, but the Sharks can never win a big game, never beat anyone who's equal to or better than them. And they're plodding along, had the same roster for 5 years. And it only occurred to me today, it sounds very, very similar. It sounds very familiar to another team, another coach who had the same coach for 10 years, same roster for most of that time, went close a couple of times but never fucking won anything. The answer, Brad Arthur, Parramatta. Fitzgibbon is the new Brad Arthur. Cronulla are the new Parramatta. Fair comparison? Up the Knights. Are you looking at the score quiz? Jesus Christ, up the Knights. I tipped the Tigers, by the way. Cronulla and Fitzgibbon is in big danger of becoming the next Brad Arthur. No one ever questions. They just go, what a great coach he is, because they keep coming fourth. They're not there to come fourth, and they show no signs that they can win the big game. No, I disagree, Quiz. Do I have to keep saying it like that, though? This is very funny. Quiz Brown. You're giving me a bad lisp. They're getting fed up. I put a video up last night saying some of what I'm saying now, but not the Brad Arthur thing. And a bunch of Cronulla fans jumped on saying, thanks for saying it. Shit needs to change. Someone even attacked Fitzgibbon's job. But he goes under the radar so bad. I know you're happy with top four every year. I get it. But there's going to come a time, like they did at Para, where the questions will be asked, is he ever going to win one? Gagai. Yep, we're getting to that, Quiz. I got a whole list of players better off not in their teams. Bring back Tuvey. What's Tuvey got to do with it? So, we'll digress for a second. How long's left in this game? 21 minutes. Yeah, we got time. So, Stephen Crichton. Dogs better without Stephen Crichton. On evidence, you have to say yes. They've just come out after playing like an absolute dog's breakfast for the whole year, and without Stephen Crichton, they towel up Panthers. Knghts, Quist Brown, 100% better without Ponga and Dylan Brown. And I said last week, Steve Leary doesn't agree, but I said last week that the Knights got to be real careful when they bring him back into the team, because they're going to ruin the chemistry. The Wars, we haven't talked about the Wars Storm yet, but the Wars, 100% better without Luke Metcalf. Wars absolutely killing it. Luke Metcalf comes back in. Wars lose 2 games. Luke Metcalf gets hurt again. Wars towel up the Storm. Tigers, without Jerome Luai, going from strength to strength. Look at this. Look at what the Tigers are doing to the mighty Knights. Now, on this performance, Steve Leary, you might say they need Ponga and Brown, but as a whole, they've been going way better without them. Tigers going way better without Luai. Yeah, the Wales are better without Metcalf. They are. Tanner Boyd is absolutely brilliant. Tanner Boyd's the best halfback in the comp at the moment after Cleary's performance the other night. there are players, as good as they are, their teams are going better without them. And you disrupt the whole harmony and the whole flow by putting them back in. So how Crichton, Ponga, Brown, Metcalf, someone else floated Luai during the week. Someone said Luai, Tigers better without Luai. I don't know, but they're playing fucking well. They're playing well. Instagram superstars need the ball to justify their salary, just like Nicho Hines. Oh, don't come on here bashing Nicho, Quiz. Love Nicho. Good fella. Although, I fucking... Super coach of the year. I got rid of Tanner Boyd and brought in Nicho this week. He scored 30 points. You fucked me, Nicho. Fucked me hard. Not good enough. Chris Brown has said, but Instagram superstars need the ball to justify their salary, just like Nicho Brown. Nicho, doesn't mean, if you're a coach needing to win games, Justin Holbrook didn't buy Dylan Brown or Kalen Ponga, right? Justin Holbrook has taken over a team who won the wooden spoon with Kalen Ponga. Justin Holbrook doesn't give a shit about where the salary cap is. Justin Holbrook gives a shit about winning games. Andrew Webster gives a shit about winning games. Yes, he's built up Luke Metcalf, and Luke Metcalf was great last year and he fit their system last year, but right now the Wires are going too fucking good without him to just bring him straight into the 7. So you've got to find a spot for him, potentially. Bit injury prone at the moment though, but somewhere else. Now I know the Dogs are never going to fucking leave Stephen Crichton off the field, but fuck me, maybe they should. Or maybe they put him to fullback. You've got to leave Matt Burton alone. He's shown what he can do when he hasn't got a fucking bloke outside him who's about to take his job. I don't know. Who's a shit player, Steve Leary? Nicho. That's why I don't like you. Roosters, Connor Tracy, too good. Can you just fucking look at the game the other night, please, before you start talking rubbish? Without Stephen Crichton there, towed up Panthers, nothing to do with Connor Tracy. Nothing. He's a good stats man, Connor Tracy, but he's not your fucking X-Factor game breaker. Neither's Crichton. We've already said that. Wouldn't pay Nicho with hair gel. Poor Connor Tracy. I got nothing against Connor Tracy, but here's on him. Fuck the Dogs anyway. Who gives a shit? I'm just saying team's better off without Crichton. That was the whole point. Wouldn't pay Nicho with hair gel. You'd have him at the Knghts. Steve Leary. Yeah, Tracy makes lots of mistakes. Listen, he's a heart player. He's an effort player. 36-10 Tigers over the Knghts, just quietly. But he's not your fucking superstar game breaker, and my point's being, Quiz, that the Dogs don't have any. Nicho's got the best hair in the comp. Fucking oath. I'm all for Nicho's hair. Get amongst it. Roosters look better with Hugo Savala on the field. I know DCE scored a couple of tries, but I'd have the Roosters as a better team without DCE. DCE would be on the list. Nope, support the Bears. You'd support the Bears if Nicho came to the Knghts. Well, Bears need all the help we can get. Come on. Yep. DCE should be on the list because the Roosters were a much better team before they got him because Hugo Savala and Sam Walker were killing it. Trindle's got a heaps better haircut. You sound to me, Steve Leary, like you're bald. Have you got hair, mate? I reckon this is a jealous bloke. A jealous bloke hassling Nicho's hair. That's all that's going on here. Roosters don't get themselves out of trouble with that win. Sharks melted. All right, Wars Storm. Can we have a round of applause for the Wars? Please. Now, yes, I tipped the Storm. I did say I wanted to tip the Wars, but the 17 wins in a row fucking sucked me in. Sucked me in good. How good is it the Storm are busted, mate? Storm are rattled. Storm are fucked. I've got thick hair, but I do shave it. That sounds like something that fucking someone who's going bald would say, Steve Leary. I've got thick hair too, but what you can't see is a fucking Devon patch starting to form here. Kids and staff will do that to you. Kids and staff, get rid of your hair. Wars looked absolutely amazing, and the Storm looked fucking rattled, and I love it. I love it. And then they turned the grubbery on at the end of the game. Wars are a different team, I'm telling you. They were savage in defence. They bashed them. They beat the shit out of them. And the Storm have got no clue what to do. They got no clue what to do. They're out of ideas. And that's one thing we can agree on, Steve Leary. You said they wouldn't make the 8. I said they were going to come 8th. We both agreed that they were going to slide this year. They're fucked. They're proper fucked, and I love it. If ever I was going to lose a tip, a Wars supporter jumped on trying to give me shit about my tips. I don't understand it, Steve. They don't understand that I am happiest man in the world to give up a tip if it means that the Storm are going to lose. And I love it when the Wars are up and about. But they've got to be honest too. They didn't look good the last couple of weeks. But they had Luke Metcalf. Soon as you got Tanner Boyd and Chanel Harris-Davida, I'm pretty sure I've given him not a serve, but said he wasn't much chop on here before. He was bashing blokes. Bashing them. How much do you fucking love it? Bashing blokes. It was great. Wars fans are the worst. They're pretty passionate, man. Chris Brown says Wars fans are the worst. They're pretty passionate. They love their fucking team. They don't like Blocker Roach. Well, they haven't been coming like big as bandwagoners. Who do you support, Quiz? Oh! 40! Who do you support, Quiz Brown? I'm Manly. Steve Leary's Knghts. The Bunker. That's who you support, the Bunker. Fucking referees. Don't get me started. Yeah, Wires are good, and Knghts are... I support the Tab and the Bunker. Oh, sounds like a fucking doggy supporter. He doesn't want to tell us because it's someone rubbish, that's for sure. Titans just put 50 on the Eels. I can't believe I tipped the Eels. The Eels looked good against the Tigers last week, only just lost. But I don't even know who he's talking about. The redhead dud. I'm losing it. You've lost me. Who's the redhead dud? Oh, he's a Dragon supporter. You can't be a Dragon supporter. How does your coach still have a fucking job, Quiz? He's a Dragon supporter. Oh, how long have you been on for? Because I fucking love your coach at the moment. Your coach has got me off the hook for everything. Nothing's my fault anymore because as long as your coach is your coach and nothing's his fault, it's the player's fault, it's the board's fault, it's everyone else's fault except him and his sons, we can get away with anything. Everyone is off the hook. No one is in trouble for doing anything anymore. They should fucking let everyone out of prison They should let everyone out of prison under the Shane Flanagan rule. Not their fault. Not their fault. Oh, wouldn't that be good? Albo gets up and announces we've just passed a new bill in Parliament. It's called the Shane Flanagan rule that nothing's your fault. How am I supposed to punish my kids for doing the wrong thing when they see this shit going on? How am I supposed to bloody ground or take the phone off one of my children for doing the wrong thing when Shane Flanagan gets to keep his job and say, wasn't my fault. Wasn't my fault, I tried hard. Oh, fuck being a Dragon supporter, Chris. You poor bastard. You poor bastard. And I don't know what faith you've got, man, but change religion. Change religion. 42-10, Knghts struggling. Speaking of 10, 52-10 Titans over the Eels. I'm not praying for you. No. Oh, fuck the Dragons. Fuck Gutho. Fuck all of it. Titans look good, but the Eels looked really, really bad and got booed horrendously. It's all gone pear-shaped for Jason Ryles in year number 2. It's all gone pear-shaped for Jason Ryles in year number 2. So I'm repeating myself a bit. Steve Leary, I was thinking about you last night. I was having a sauna. Too much information, I know. I was nude in the sauna and watching the footy. What game was it? It was a Wars game. And Mick Innes was fucking commentating. And I was thinking about the drinking game we proposed last week, that if every time Innes repeats himself, we got a drink, I would have been fucking hammered. I was in the sauna for 25 minutes. He repeated himself at least 30 times. I would have drunk myself to death. Yeah, Mitch Moses, drama queen. I was all sweaty. Well, I was taking a leaf. I've got a sauna at home. I was taking a leaf out of Justin Rose's book. He's the fitness freak of the golfing world at the moment, and he's the same age, or he's a couple of years older than me. And I thought, if I've got golf today and it's all right for Justin Rose, I should have a sauna. Didn't help my golf. Did not help my golf. I'm blaming Justin Rose because it's not my fault. I'm invoking the Shane Flanagan rule. Not my fault. Justin Rose's fault. I lost golf today. Eels in trouble. Mitch Moses, the biggest sook in rugby league now. It was Gutho, but Mitch has overtaken him. Gutho taught him everything he knew, though. So, Mitch, you're off the hook under the Shane Flanagan rule. It's not your fault. You're a sook. Gutho taught you that. Titans, I've said it before. I'll say it again. They're going to have Parramatta season from last year. They're going to come good towards the end of the year. Keanu Kinney finally came good. I've held him in my Supercoach team. He had 120 points. In Flano we trust. You're an idiot, Chris. I've decided. I don't know what you're drinking or smoking, mate, but get him on it. Get your peptides. Ask Flano where Stephen Dank is and get the peptides back. Fucking in Flano we trust. What do we take out of this game? Tigers are the real deal. Knghts need Ponga and Dylan Brown back. Is that what we take out of this? He's playing on one knee, though, isn't he? Fletcher Sharp's playing on one knee. All right, draw. Next week's games, people. Next week's games. Oh. No Ponga, maybe Dylan Brown off the bench. Fucking Dylan Brown doesn't get involved when he's on the field when he starts. He can't do anything when he starts. All right. Next week's games. The Thursday night game, absolute ball terror. Fosball versus the Cowboys. Fosball versus a pissed off Drinkwater in Queensland. As a strident, rock solid person you want in the trenches with your Manly support, I'm going to go the Cowboys. I'm going to go the Cowboys over Fosball. First loss for Fosball next week. Cowboys are going too good. Manly showed against the Dragons that they're still going to be inconsistent. Cowboys. Yeah, I'm with you, Steve Lyric. Milk Storm. Grudge match. Milk versus Storm. I'm going to go the Milk because we hate the Storm. Not with any confidence, but here's what I'm also going to tip. At least 10 acts of grubbery. There will be at least 10 acts of grubbery in the Milk versus Storm game. You got Hudson Young, you got Uto Ukamanu, you got Joe Chan, who he lost the plot last week. You got Harry Grant. They're both ill-disciplined. They both love to niggle. I got at least 10, over under 10 acts of grubbery, Steve Leary, in the Milk Storm game. Also, Chris Brown, the Dragon supporter. If you're going to be in here, you've got to put your tips in for the following week. Storm are rattled, mate. There's no coming back. 48-46. 48-46 in the Storm Milk. No, not your score. How many acts of grubbery? It will be 48-46. I agree with you there. Big score. Dolphins, Panthers. Panthers. Although, so won't be by much because the Dolphins aim up against teams they're not supposed to beat. So the theory is, and the theory is undefeated, Dolphins play shit against shit teams and play good against good teams. So, Steve Leary's going over 10. Over 10 acts of grubbery. Storm, fuck the world. The fucking Dragon supporter is going to pick the Storm. How good. Panthers to win, but not by much is my tip on that one. Wars, Titans. Wars in New Zealand. Wars. Got to back the Wars in New Zealand. Wars to win easy. Without Luke Metcalf, mind you. They'll win because Metcalf's still out. Come on. Get to 50. I would love the Tigers to get to 50. Panthers. Wars over the Titans. Rabbits, Dragons. Oh, Jesus. Sorry, Quiz. Rabbits still beat Flano to keep his job. Rabbits to win and Flano to still be employed because it's not his fault. I promise it's not my fault. Oh, come on, guys. You've been a bit harsh. Wars to shit the bed at home. Wars aren't going to shit the bed against the Titans. Nah, disagree, Chris. Disagree. Rabbits, Dragons. I think the same thing might happen in this game that happened in the Manly game. I reckon the Rabbits might get out to 20 and then the Dragons are going to come back and then the Rabbits are going to win because the Dragons are shit. But it won't be Flano's fault. Not my fault. Kyle Flanagan to do nothing as usual. Joey Lalua to get a bit of grubbery. He's a bit of a grub. He's on the grub radar. In Flano who he twas. Tigers, Broncos. So, yeah, sorry, I'm going the Rabbits. Tigers, Broncos. Tigers? On this display, you got to go the Tigers, don't you? Yeah, well, not taking that tip. You're an idiot, Chris. Mate, you've got to be able to back against your own team too. That's something we've made a rule on this podcast. It's more than okay to back against your own team if it makes sense for tipping purposes. So, but we love it. Tigers, Bronx on this display, and I think Broncos still going to have people out. You got to go the Tigers. Let's ride the Tigers for a while. Everybody's second favourite team. I'm on the Tigers. Let's go. Oh, Roosters, Knghts. Well, on this display, Broncos are show ponies. You missed an N in Broncos quiz. Your spelling's as good as your speaking, mate. Your spelling's got a lisp. Oh! Fletcher Hunt, good try. Knights are in, comeback's on, 42-14. Oh, Knights, Roosters. I would love the Knights to win, Steve Leary, but I'm feeling Roosters. It's not at Newcastle. Fuck. Can the Knights come back after this, Leary? I reckon Fletcher Sharp's hurt. I think we've got to go the Roosters. I'm on the Roosters for now, but I reserve the right to change my tip. Eels, Dogs, well, fuck. So we get to do the Eels, Dogs next Sunday. How good. How lucky are we? How lucky are we get to do the Eels, Dogs next Sunday. First time in, Quiz. We do this at 4 o'clock every Sunday, mate, in front of whatever game's on. Dogs to win. Dogs to win well. If Stephen Crichton's still out. What's 100%? Steve Leary? Steve Leary's just said, yeah, 100% in the chat. So Chris has gone the Roosters. Steve Leary's gone the Knights. I'm on the Roosters. Eels, baby. Mitch Moses, the Sook will rise. I can't figure you out, Chris. How are the Eels going to beat the Dogs? The Dogs that just beat the Panthers. The Eels that just lost by 50 to the Titans. And I think the Titans getting to 40 was the first time since 2018. Knights bounce back. Yeah, okay. I'd like to see it, and I don't rate the Roosters at all, so what am I saying? Fuck. Knights. We'll get on the Knights. We're doing the Eels, Broncos. And the Sharks have got a bye. They should win that, unless they look like winning too easy and it becomes a bit hard for them. They'll melt. Dogs are unstable. Yeah, I don't disagree there, Chris, but did fucking Parramatta's not exactly a model of consistency, are they? Well, they are. They've been consistently bad. Parra's too banged up in the forwards now. Yeah, Eels and Dragons, same setup, too old, not enough experience. They got no middles now, Eels. And fancy fucking... Like, I don't reckon Mitch Moses is a captain. He's not captain material, eh? You can't have a Sook as your captain because this is what happened when Gutho... So they've just repeated the same mistake. When Gutho was captain of the Eels and he sooked all the time, Mitchell Moses copied him and they were always blaming... It gave him someone else to blame. He'd go very... You know where Mitchell Moses would go very well? At the Dragons, because nothing's anyone's fault there. Oh, big comeback by the Knights. I fucking didn't need Trey Mooney to score, though. The bloke against me in Supercoach has got him. 42-20. Scoreboard's held up well again, Steve. Dogs are unstable. Yeah, the Dogs are a basket case, but fuck. The Eels are worse. He was more subtle about it, Cam Smith. That's what used to fucking annoy you about him. He was more subtle about it. Mitch Moses standing in the middle of the field like this. They'll get a statue of Mitch Moses one day and it'll just be that. Cam Smith was more subtle about it. That's why I fucking couldn't stand him. He was too good at it and the refs were dumb as dog shit. If Mitch Moses was a little bit more subtle about it, he might get something out of the refs. You haven't played bad today. Tigers are just on fire. Let in some soft tries. A lot of fucking line breaks, hey? There's been 9 million line breaks. Benji still hasn't got his gum sponsor. Mitch Moses would be a fucking hopeless poker player, wouldn't he? You'd know exactly what cards he had the whole time. I think a statue for Moses is a great idea. I'll tell you who'd make a mean statue at the moment. I just thought of this too. Fuck, I'm immature. Jake Trbojevic, statue of Jake Trbojevic at the moment, he'd look like Magneto. That'd make for a fucking nice fucking statue with that helmet on, wouldn't it? Who else could have a good statue? You know who'd have a good statue? Dallin Watini-Zelezniak, and it'd be him lying on the ground faking an injury. I've never seen a bloke, him and Adam Dewey take the cake for the most injured player that is never injured. Watini-Zelezniak is hurt on every single plane. He's never hurt, ever. So you'd have Watini-Zelezniak lying on the ground holding his jaw. He fucking got a penalty for a head high last night. The bloke missed him by this much. It was fucking crazy. Oh! Who else will make a good statue? You could do a statue of Gutho just standing still because that's what it looks like when every player runs around him. He's that slow at the moment. So just Gutho not moving. He looks like a statue at fullback at the moment. $42.22. Nah, he's not. He's fucking... he's never hurt full stop, Chris. He's never hurt full stop. Neither's Dewey. What a win for the Tigers. What a win for the Sunday Sesh podcast. Eat a dick, Steve Leary. Eat a dick, Steve Leary. Steve Gibbs. Johnson's Timu statue. I'll tell you who's the best media performer in sports at the moment or in rugby league. Fucking Johnson. Fuck, he's a polished performer on Fox when he's on, isn't he? Sean Johnson. I forgot his first name then. I'm going, Scott, Steve, no, Sean Johnson. He's the man. All right, guys. Well, it's been real. Thanks so much. Good to see you, Chris. Thanks for jumping in, mate. We're on here every Sunday. Steve Leary is usually in the chat. Ichiro got a statue in the baseball. The hat was broken. The bat was broken. Respect to Sean Johnson. Yeah, fucking oath. That's it for another Sunday show, guys. I'm going to get in and hopefully have some averagely cooked dinner, no doubt. Nah, just joking. Love you, darling. New putter on the way. Have a good week, guys. Be kind to everybody. And I'll see you next Sunday, 4 p.m. for... Who have we got? Eels and fucking Dogs. Should be great. Have a good week. Peace out.